Montel Newville, Managing Director of Att10tive Social Enterprise, talking about our year 2024 to 2025. During the year, we watched former colleagues fly their nest, and we wished them well on their journey. And we welcomed new colleagues to our organisation. Hopefully, they will make just as great an impact on our wider community as our former colleagues. During the year, we delivered on a number of really impacting projects. Our first project was Power Youth Action in September 2024, and that was consulting young people from across Bedfordshire on behalf of the Veru, the Violence and Exploitation Reduction Units, who have now rebranded as, they're now called the Violence and Exploitation Prevention Partnership. So we consulted young people from many different backgrounds from across the county and provided that valuable, critical information which will now be used in a report to improve policing for young people right across the whole county.
Power Youth Action for me is one of the most meaningful projects I've done so far for me, because one, we focused on violence prevention as well as exploitation prevention, but mainly it was focused on youth voice, and for that we held workshops and we did podcasts, and leading this project as a whole taught me loads in terms of how to include young people and young people's voices.
Our next project was Expressions.
Expressions, 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 expressions.
Dealing with violence against women and girls. And how did we do that?
There are no words I speak, for silence is the only medicine I sought.
Where silence is not an indication that everything is okay, because I can still look you dead in the face and smile.
But let it unfold, expression is power, it is the truth. How can I tell it as if I was there? Well, that's because that girl is actually me.
We did that through pictures, paintings, drawings, and through poetry. We also did some fantastic films and videos.
The sound of footsteps. She looks around.
Who is this? Just stay looking this way, nothing is happening.
Men need to actually listen and think about what's being said and be open to changing how their mindset is.
Yes, same as everyone. Sometimes I do feel uncomfortable, depending on how dark it is.
Hi, I'm Manur, and I was part of the project planning team for Expressions. Expressions was an event that aimed to raise awareness for and prevent violence against women and girls. It did this by bringing together different members of the community through different types of art, like poetry, singing, and dancing. It also gave an opportunity for women and girls to share their stories and give advice to anyone feeling unsafe. Overall, it was a fantastic event, and I'm really glad I got to be a part of it.
We then went on to our third project of this year, which was Luton's Image.
Hi everyone, my name is Forever Oji and I'm a youth ambassador at Att10tive Social Enterprise, and I'm here to talk to you about the Luton's Image at the Dart project. The Luton's Image at the Dart project was one whose main aim was to bring more awareness to Luton and about Luton.
So we had all these different art pieces collected from different schools, age groups, different students, and we hung them up into the Dart, which is basically the connection between the Luton Airport Parkway and the Luton Airport itself. So the amount of people that go through that path and then being able to see the amount of artwork and talent that we have in Luton makes us stand out.
And it was just trying to make people understand that Luton is more than just a connection to London. We have cultures that are beautifully interwoven into this wonderful town.
We then moved on later on to a celebration event to celebrate, reward and thank people from all over the town who's helped us, both our own colleagues and the many partners who we work in helping to shape Luton and making a positive difference.
As you know, today is our celebration event and it's the first one Att10tive has ever had, and we're basically just celebrating our youth ambassadors and all of the work that we've done in the community. And we're very happy to have all of you lovely guests and people from the community with us too. I'm Kat, by the way, I don't know if I said that.
And they vary from Bedfordshire Police to Luton Borough Council to our schools and colleges and charities and women's groups and youth groups from right across Luton.
The celebration event for me was a fantastic event because it was a way for us to reflect and to come together to see the hard work we've put in, but also to look back on our projects and how far we've come.
For me, the day was honestly incredible. I don't think it could have gone any better. From the networking that we had, to the entertainment, to the catering, to the hosts, and the awards and the different VIPs that were there. The day was incredible and one of my most favourite projects to this date, definitely.
Now let's highlight some of the workshops that we've done throughout this year. We've expanded and increased the number of workshops around employability skills, helping people understand the world of work. We've done workshops around leadership, helping to ensure that we're building those leaders of tomorrow that's going to have that lasting impact on behalf of all our communities.
Learning how to be a leader is one of those really important skills to learn and to develop. There's a lot of theory, understanding company objectives and how to get the best out of people. So this workshop was delivered and is still delivered to sixth form students as well as those younger students that want to develop and learn this from the very get-go. And it was really interesting to see how bright they were and how they were understanding this as quickly as possible.
We've done workshops on the creative sector, teaching people about all the various careers that can help make a positive difference to their own realities and to the communities in which they come from.
My name is Banda Singh, and the creative sector workshops at Howstone Academy were about teaching the Year 7s about the creative industry, different creative jobs, and we've done this through a series of activities. My role was to help support the students in the activities they did, so it was a great experience to learn about the creativity of young minds, and it's also a great honour in supporting that.
Hi, I'm Amira and I helped out in the creative industry workshops in the school. It was interesting because for a lot of the students it was the first time hearing the words creative industry, but it's nice for them to know that there is something for everyone.
And we've also done workshops to address the issue of bullying.
The workshop started with an icebreaker such as what is bullying. We got the opportunity to understand what the kids knew as bullying. Likewise, the kids got the opportunity to learn more about their role as anti-bullying ambassadors, the skills they require to be at the first point of contact to their colleagues before reporting to a responsible adult.
We have provided schools with interactive breakout days to teach strategies for the students to reduce bullying and teach alternative approaches.
Tackling bullying is a really important thing for many young people. Our workshop of Rethink teaches people to understand microaggressions and biases. We've continued to run and build on our highly successful Community Scrutiny Panel, the JPS standing for Joint Protective Services Scrutiny Panel, helping to hold the police to account across Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire and Hertfordshire. Our panel continues to be diverse and inclusive of many people from many different backgrounds.
The JPS Scrutiny Panel is an independent scrutiny panel which consists of community members who are trained to review body-worn footage of police officers using stop and search powers. The role of the panel members is to ensure that the police use their powers in a fair, just and proportionate way.
One of the areas of our work is engaging people, including young people, in community scrutiny. We are one of the few independent companies in the whole country doing this, and it's really empowering to be able to influence law enforcement across the whole country.
Ethology is a radio show that happens at a UK radio station, and it is where I and youth ambassadors, as well as some esteemed guests, talk about important and pressing issues to the society. We cover things like mental health all the way down to police involvement and crimes in Luton.
Hosting a radio show can require a lot of flexibility and organizational skills. This is especially important when a guest can't make it last minute, and so we'll need to make a backup plan for every show.
My role within Youthology is that I was the host and a guest throughout different parts of the year. And one of the things I've learned from it, which I'll always keep learning, is how to communicate efficiently and how to adapt as a radio host, which is something very important. And it's always great to learn from guests, and you get to meet people from different walks of life.
Jeremiah. News articles enable us to use the community Luton as a subject to touch on sensitive topics such as knife crimes and discrimination in schools and organizations. Likewise, it enables us to touch on trending topics such as the use of AI in our daily lives, for schools, for businesses, and for projects.
Writing articles for the local newspaper is something I really enjoy because it allows me to spread my message and connect with the community. The most important part of writing an article is making sure it's engaging. This is really important in the title because it needs to be eye-catching and something that people want to read about. I think that research is also really important in writing an article because you want to make sure you get your facts right and include any statistics that are important.
Hi, I'm Andre. I took part in a week-long Youth Ambassador development work experience at Att10tive based across Futures House and Houston Academy. We worked on public speaking, youth engagement, and even ran creative workshops for Year 7 students.
It was packed with a lot of activities such as debating, article writing, speaking to professionals about what it is that they do, reflecting on each day as we went and what we learned. I was able to learn a lot in such a short amount of time.
And it was so much fun because every day we're doing something new. The debates were interesting because we did this in a panel in front of professionals, and that was my first time doing that. A lot of these activities required teamwork, and it was really great to build connections with many creative like-minded individuals. I learned many skills that I can use in the future, such as in the public speaking workshops, and overall this was such a memorable week.
It was an inspiring week that really pushed me out of my comfort zone and helped me grow both personally and professionally. Thank you.
There are some of the key highlights of what we've been doing over this year, and we look forward to another highly successful next year, 2025 to 2026 going forward. Thank you everybody for your contributions.
Hi, my name is Ari and I've been working with Att10tive. Through my time here, I've learned transferable skills like public speaking, project management and leadership. I've also learned to work well within a team, manage my time effectively and present confidently. I'm really proud of being a worthy child of courage and being nominated for the Young Achiever Awards across the whole county of Bedfordshire. One of my most memorable moments was being a project manager at just 16 years old for One Luton, which was such an incredible opportunity and experience.
Hi, I'm Natalia Duda and I'm an executive assistant at Att10tive Social Enterprise. I've been with Att10tive ever since I've been at sixth form, and I've learned so much and I met so many amazing people. I love creating material, especially educational, and I love delivering workshops. Being an executive assistant has helped me develop me as a person through personal and professional skills. I have gained confidence in voicing my views and speaking to others, as well as the courage to network. All of these skills that I've learned at Att10tive have been useful in my personal life, in uni, and now starting my new legal position.
I'm the local councillor for Northwell and portfolio holder at Luton Borough Council. I've known Montel and Att10tive for a number of years and have supported their workshops and projects. They do a fantastic job at bringing the Luton community together, educating people and addressing problems at an early stage. They are perhaps the best known local social enterprise. They engage and develop people as youth ambassadors to be positive influences in the community. I've seen firsthand the impact they have within Luton and the difference they make, and I would like to thank Att10tive very much for all the work they do in Luton.
Hi, I'm Detective Chief Superintendent Will Hodgkinson. I'm the head of the Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire and Hertfordshire Professional Standards Department. Since 2021, Montel and Att10tive have been working with my department, helping to identify and provide members of our community to challenge and scrutinise the decision making and approach we have in policing to upholding the highest standards. We now have 3 tactical scrutiny panels, one that looks at our vetting decision making to make sure that there's no bias in our decision making and make sure we're fully informed and not ignorant in our approach. The second one is looking at violence against women and girls matters, whether it be public complaint or misconduct matters. And the last one is looking at all matters of discrimination. So where a member of the public thinks that they've been discriminated against, Montel and the scrutiny panel check and challenge our decision making and the action we've taken. It's been invaluable to my department. Just this year, Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire and Hertfordshire were one of the only 2 forces to present at the National Police Race Action Plan Conference, where Montel and Emily from my team talked about the work and innovation producing a discrimination assessment framework, which allows us to effectively identify when a matter is a discrimination matter and take the appropriate outcome. From my perspective, working with Montel and Att10tive is invaluable to providing that scrutiny and assurance for the way we police across our 3 counties.
Hi, my name's Sarah Owen. I'm your MP, the MP for Luton North, and I'm also the chair of the Women and Equality Select Committee. And I absolutely love every event I've been to with Att10tive and any of the Att10tive attendees or organisers, because I know the difference that you make, not just in terms of your initial surroundings, but the difference that you make for our town, whether it is work on domestic abuse, whether it's youth violence, whether it's around just the economy and making sure that young people are involved. Att10tive makes a difference. It makes a difference to the individual, but it makes a difference to the community that we all want to see grow, thrive and prosper.